Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. Today we're going to react to the therapist scenes in Good Will Hunting. I've always wanted to react to this movie because frankly, it makes therapists look good. It's our Rocky. The punchy underdog therapist faces his most difficult challenge and knocks him out. Therapeutically, which is the exact opposite of actually knocking him out. And obviously, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are brilliant, so the writing is great, and Robin Williams is one of the best to ever do it. And spoiler alert, the scenes are really actually realistic as to what goes down in the therapy session, so let's get into it.
Jesus. You want to read a real history book, read Howard Zinn's People's History of the United States. That book will fucking knock you on your ass.
Better than Chomsky's Manufacturing Consent? You think that's a good book?
Fucking people baffle me. Spend all your money on these fucking fancy books. You surround yourselves with them. They're the wrong fucking books.
What are the right fucking books, Will?
Hey, whatever blows your hair back.
Yeah. Haven't got much hair left.
Hey, you know you'd be better off shoving that cigarette up your ass. It'd probably be healthier for you.
Yeah, I know. It really gets in the way of my yoga.
You work out, huh?
What, you lift?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nautilus?
No, free weights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Free weights, huh?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah?
Just like that.
What do you bench?
285. What do you bench?
You paint that?
Yeah. You paint?
Mm-mm.
Do you sculpt?
No.
You like art? You like music?
It's a real piece of shit.
Oh, well, tell me what you really think.
Just the linear and impressionistic mix makes a very muddled composition. It's also a Winslow Homer ripoff, except you got Whitey rowing the boat there.
Oh, it's art one, eh? It wasn't very good.
That's not really what concerns me, though.
What concerns you?
Just the coloring.
You know what the real bitch of it is? It's paint by number.
Is it color by number? Because the colors are fascinating to me.
Are they really? What
You
about
bet.
that?
I think you're about one step away from cutting your fucking ear off.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Think I should move to the south of France, change my name to Vincent?
You ever heard the saying, any port in a storm?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that means you.
In what way?
Maybe you're in the middle of a storm, a big fucking storm.
Yeah.
The sky's falling on your head, the waves are crashing over your little boat, the oars are about to snap. You're just pissing your pants, you're crying for the harbor, so maybe you do what you gotta do to get out. You know, maybe you became a psychologist.
Bingo. That's it. Let me do my job now. You start with me. Come on.
Maybe you married the wrong woman.
Maybe you should watch your mouth. Want you right there, Chief, all right?
Well, that's it, isn't it? You married the wrong woman. What happened? Why'd she leave you? Was she, banging some other guy?
If you ever disrespect my wife again, I will end you. I will fucking end you. Got that, Chief?
Time's up.
Oh man, I've been there, guys. Basically, someone comes in and sizes you up, and you have to do your best to maintain the therapist's demeanor without coming off as totally fake. You need to be warm and relatable, and also have the balance of being smart and unable to be bullied or manipulated. And honestly, I don't really enjoy this part of the job. And every once in a while, you get someone who is so untrusting that their main job is to try to destroy you. And here you are like an ass asking them if they like art or music. And we have our defenses and we don't take anything personally, but sometimes someone will get you and maybe touch a sensitive spot. And this emotional reaction is called countertransference, and it is taught and warned about on day one of grad school. And here is Will. He's looking for a weak spot and he finds it. He has that moment where he's deciding, is he going to pounce? And he does. And he gets the reaction he was looking for. He thinks he won. He thinks that there is no way that this guy is going to try and continue to meet, but little does he know, our guy Robin is a bad dude. And he is coming for some cold-blooded revenge in the form of love and understanding.
Thought about what you said to me the other day about my painting. Stayed up half the night thinking about it. Something occurred to me. I fell into a deep, peaceful sleep and haven't thought about you since. You know what occurred to me?
No.
You're just a kid. You don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about.
Why, thank you.
It's all right. You've never been out of Boston.
Nope.
So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. I know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling. Seen that. I ask you about love, probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. To have that love for her be there forever. Through anything. Through cancer. And you would know about sleeping sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months holding her hand because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you, I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine. You ripped my fucking life apart. You're an orphan, right? Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist. Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all that because you know what? I can't learn anything from you. I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you, who you are. Then I'm fascinated. I'm in.
This is a really interesting clip because, first of all, Robin overcomes his countertransference, which is huge, and he does it by really seeing Will as who he is. And in therapy, we have to know our client, and we make calculated decisions on how to best help them. At this point, Robin decides to give him a tremendous amount of insight into who he is, thus establishing himself as someone who is competent and not someone who will succumb to manipulation. This is actually a tactic therapists use with adolescents. I was taught a long time ago that if you have a resistant teenager, just blow them out of the water with a good, deep analysis and you will earn their respect. It can be tricky because if we get too combative, we can lose someone or they feel violated because we pulled the curtain on their psyche back and sometimes, they're not ready for that. But we need to take that risk sometimes. He also does a little bit of self-disclosure when he tells him about his wife. Self-disclosure can be tricky because there is the temptation that we could be talking about ourselves just to get something off of our chest, or it could take the focus off the client and onto the therapist. And, we're taught to never disclose anything, that needs to be, and that there needs to be like a therapeutic reason that benefits a client. And you know what? Robin does it and it works. You know, he demonstrates a vulnerability which shows that he cares. And now we have a breakthrough moment. So nice work.
Do you still counsel veterans?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Well, I gave it up when my wife got sick.
You ever wonder what your life would be like if you never met your wife?
What, wonder if I'd be better off without her?
No, I'm not saying like
No.
better off. I didn't mean it like.
It's all right. It's an important question. Because you'll have bad times, but that'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to.
And you don't regret meeting your wife?
Why? Because the pain I feel now? Oh, I got regrets, Will, but I don't regret a single day I spent with her.
So when did you know, like, that she was the one for you?
October 21st, 1975.
Jesus Christ, you know the fucking day?
Oh, yeah. Because it was Game 6 of the World Series. Biggest game in Red Sox history.
Yeah, sure.
My friends and I had slept out on the sidewalk all night to get tickets.
You got tickets?
Yep. Day of the game, we're sitting in a bar waiting for the game to start, and in walks this girl. It was an amazing game, though. You know, bottom of the 8th, Carbo tied it up. It was 6-6. It went to 12. Bottom of the 12th, in stepped Carlton Fisk. Old Pudge.
Steps up to the plate, you know, he's got that weird stand.
Yeah.
And then, boom! He clocks it, you know. High fly ball on the left field line. 35,000 people on their feet, yelling at the ball, but that's nothing because Fisk, he's waving at the ball like a madman. He's going, get over! Get over! Get over! And then it hits a foul pole. Oh, he goes apeshit, and 35,000 fans, you know, they charge the field, you know?
Yeah, and he's fucking
Oh,
blowing
no, he's
people
like,
out.
going, get on the... Get away! Get away!
I
Bangs
can't
it.
fucking believe you had tickets to that fucking game.
Yeah.
Did you rush the field?
No, I didn't rush the fucking field. I wasn't there.
What?
No, I was in a bar having a drink with my future wife.
You missed Pudge Fisk's home run?
Oh, yeah.
To have a fucking drink with some lady you never met?
Yeah, but you should have seen her. She was a stunner.
I don't care if
Oh,
fucking...
no, she lit up the room.
I don't care if Helena Troy walks
Oh,
into the room.
Helena
That's game
Troy.
6.
No,
Oh, my God. And who are these fucking friends of yours? They let you get away with that?
They had to.
What did you say to him?
Just slid my ticket across the table and I said, sorry, guys, I gotta see about a girl.
I gotta go see about a girl?
Yeah.
That's what you said?
I had-
And they let you get away with that?
Oh, yeah, they saw in my eyes that I meant it.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you, Will. That's why I'm not talking right now about some girl I saw at a bar 20 years ago and how I always regretted not going over and talking to her. I don't regret the 18 years I was married to Nancy. I don't regret the 6 years I had to give up counseling when she got sick. And I don't regret the last years when she got really sick. And I sure as hell don't regret missing a damn game. That's regret.
Wow. Would have been nice to catch that game, though.
I didn't know Pudge was gonna hit a home run.
This scene is good rapport building. Therapy can definitely look like this. Again, this is all done with the client in mind, but Robin does a masterful job and at just being a good person. And it helps that he's funny too. And we can see Will is totally at ease, and instead of seeing Robin as an enemy, you can see how he has a lot of respect for him. The acting is amazing because Matt is able to create that subtle unsureness. And that you can tell that he slightly looks up to Robin. And it's masterful and I would say very accurate. So here they are with a good therapeutic relationship, rolling through therapy. My guess is Robin likes meeting with Will as a client. And he very much looks forward to having therapy sessions with him.
What's it say?
Wanna read?
Why? Have you had any, experience with that?
20 years of counseling. Yeah, I've seen some pretty awful shit.
I mean, have you had any experience with that?
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Sure ain't good.
My father was an alcoholic. Mean fucking drunk. come home hammered, looking to wail on somebody. So I'd provoke him so he wouldn't go after my mother and little brother. Interesting nights were when he wore his rings.
He used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
I used to go with the wrench.
Why the wrench?
Because fuck him, that's why.
Your foster father.
Yeah. So, you know, what is it, like, Will has an attachment disorder? Is it all that stuff? Fear of abandonment? Is that why I broke up with Skylar?
I didn't know you had.
Yeah, I did.
You wanna talk about it?
No.
Hey, Will. I don't know a lot. You see this? All this shit. This is not your fault. Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
All right.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me. It's not your fault.
Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, Sean, not you.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Fuck them, okay?
We can tell they have a good rapport here. None of this happens without a good therapeutic relationship. And we can see in the previous clip how Robin was able to help Will lower his walls. And now they can talk about something so sensitive, like being physically abused. And you can tell that even though his walls are down with Robin, that he still locked away his true feelings deep down inside. And Robin, seeing the opportunity, goes for it and allows Will to tap into that and release it. He uses self-disclosure really masterfully to create a camaraderie, to create a way for Will to start talking about it. And my guess is Will never talked about it before. And so just even talking about it is a win. But the real win here is the release of emotions, which the emotions have just been pushed down and buried for probably years, because even he knows on the intellectual level what's going on with him. That he talks about the fear of closeness and vulnerability because of the fear of abandonment. He knows about his own attachment issues due to the abuse, but he has to face the emotions of what happened to him. And doing this initially for the client is incredibly difficult. It is scary. It is something that they have avoided for so long, but it is so necessary for their freedom. And let's talk for a moment about "it's not your fault." Such an iconic line. I love this line because it's so true. Kids always think that things are their fault. If parents get divorced, when parents fight, and even when they get abused themselves, they think it's their fault. And one big thing in therapy is to identify those emotional chains that people carry around and really help them throw them off. And what's interesting is, again, he knows on an intellectual level that it's not his fault. I mean, he says it, but unconsciously, he has always blamed himself. It's a beautiful display of perhaps the biggest breakthrough someone can have in therapy. And it is awesome. And it is why we therapists do what we do.
Time's up.
So that's it? So we're done?
Yeah, that's it. You're done. You're a free man.
I just want you to know, Sean, that
You're welcome, Will.
so I hope we keep in touch.
Yeah, me too. I'll be traveling around a bit. It'll be a little hard, but I've got an answering machine at the college I'll be checking in with. So, you call that, I'll get back to you right away. Yeah, I figured I'm just gonna put my money back on the table and see what kind of cards I get. You do what's in your heart, son, you'll be fine.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Will.
It does violate the patient-doctor relationship.
Only if you grab my ass.
Take care.
You too.
Yeah.
Hey. Good luck, son.
The ending of therapy. What we call in the biz, termination. It's always been a weird thing for me. Sometimes it's an awesome celebratory event, and that's really nice. Sometimes it's me reassuring them that they're good, and sometimes pushing them to leave because we don't want to be a crutch. And that's also nice. And I always tell them I'm always just an email away. But then sometimes we have someone who has grown so attached and wants to maintain that attachment. And that's a very human reaction, and it's very natural. I personally hate goodbyes, but ethically speaking, we're not supposed to have personal relationships with our clients, and that's a hard thing. I know clients get attached to their therapist, but we as therapists, we also get attached to our clients. But Raman, at the end here, gave him a number suggesting that they can carry on some kind of personal relationship, and that is a big no-no. Maybe he's giving his information on a personal level, saying that if Will needs to, he can have a check-in therapeutically. But if that's the case, that needs to be crystal clear because you can lose your license. But all in all, it ended beautifully, and Robin even gets a joke about his ass grabbing. Classic. Man, what a well-written therapy arc. What a stud of a therapist we have in Robin, and had such a good time breaking this down. I hope you were all able to get a glimpse into what your guy goes through every day. If you have anything you want me to react to or analyze, please leave it down there. Thanks for watching, you guys. See you next time.